Hi, welcome back and welcome to the session on Systems Manager run command. The AWS refers to it as run command, but I like to call it SSM document, and that's because I used to create custom documents and I run the document to deploy updates to my instance. I use it to deploy applications to my instances. And the good thing about it is you can group your resources together, multiple EC2 instances, and deploy updates to them at the same time. And another good thing about it is it allows you to execute those scripts without the need for SSH. So you don't necessarily need SSH access, you don't need it at all. And this is good because you don't need to care about moving any SSH keys around, and you don't even need to execute Ansible scripts. So especially for DevOps engineers, you don't need to use Ansible for configuration management in your EC2 instances. So in this session, I will be showing you a lot about run command, which is one of the AWS powerful node management tools. So run command has quite a number of scripts that are predefined scripts that allows you to execute commands, as the name implies, in an EC2 instance. So a script contains instructions. So all these documents you are seeing are scripts. They are scripts that contains instructions that are given to your EC2 instances to execute. And an instruction could be to deploy an application into the instance, to start a server, or to stop a server, or to clear a log. So for instance, this instruction allow you to run Ansible playbooks in your EC2 instance. And if you look deep into the document, you will see information about the document, descriptions, and when it was created. And there is also the content. So the content is that it takes some parameters, and those parameters could be source type, source info, install dependencies, which is a boolean that takes true or false, and it has a playbook file which you can specify that you want to run in the instance, and some other variables. And once specified, the command use the run shell scripts document to execute all these commands in your EC2 instance. So that's how it works. So another document that I use most of the time is this shell script document. So the shell script documents allow you to execute only shell commands in your EC2 instance. It doesn't install Ansible playbooks unlike the other one. So this executes only shell scripts, and it has some parameters. So some of those parameters we'll find them in this content, like the commands, the working directory. Now if you want to run any command, you specify the command. If you want to run that command in a directory, you can specify the working directory, and you can specify an execution timeout as well. And in addition to that, it also executes this run shell script document and takes your command as variable, pass it to this variable run command, working directory, and timeout. So it executes the command in your instance depending on the instructions you pass into these commands. So let's look at how the run shell script works. Like we've seen earlier, you can specify a version, latest version, or default 1 version, and then you specify your commands. So you can run commands like to stop let's say a server running in an EC2, or to start it all over again. And then You can specify a working directory if your command depends on a directory, or if it runs on a specific directory. Specify the timeout, and then tag. This tagging allow you to specify or select an instance. So if you tag your instance, you will be able to specify those tags here, and this command will be executed inside those instances. And another thing is, you can put a comment, you can specify where you want your output to go, either S3 bucket or CloudWatch logs. You can also specify an alarms that will get triggered, or SNS notification that gets sent when this command is executed. So looking at that, let's try to see how this can work. So I've deployed an EC2 instance here. It's running one of my demo websites, and the demo website is this. It's web blog, and as you can see, if I reload it, it's running. And this demo website is one of my interview assessments, and the whole idea of the blog site is to allow admins to sign in and then create a post, and aside that, you can view the post, and then there are some carousels on the page that shows some other things. So, and the whole information about the design is specified here, so you can look at this document. It contains some of the requirement documents. It's available online. If you want to look into some of my processes, you can go through these documents and see how I work on a design for the website. So this site has been deployed to this EC2 instance, and then we have it tagged. So it's tagged based on server type and some other names. And then what we are going to do is we are going to run a shell script that stops this server. So let me specify the command to run. So I've selected the shell script, and then I can specify the command to stop the server. It's running Apache server, so I can specify system stop httpd.service or httpd, and then the tags, I'm going to use a tag, one of the tags here. So we use the server type tag, and then the tag key is server type, and the value is Folusure API, and I can add that tag here. Now once added, I can go through this. I don't need to output it. I would view the output from this console, and command line interface. This is the command that is going to run. So this is the API call that will trigger that. So you can look at this to really understand what's going to happen. And then you click on run. So by clicking on that, it executes the command. It's in progress. You can use this to refresh to know when that command has finished running. So it has finished. You click on the instance. So if you look at this, it automatically selects instance based on that tag. So if there are multiple instances, by using that tag, it will select all instances in that category, and then you can click on it to view the log. And from here you have the output. If there is any error, you can see the error here. If there is an output, you will also see the output here. But in this case, the stop command doesn't give any output. So let's go to the website again and try to refresh. We don't expect this to work. It's no more working. So what we are going to do now is we'll try to start the instance again. And to start it, what I will do is, this time around, instead of executing the scripts using tag, I will use a resource group to do this. So to use a resource group, this means you can group all your instance into a resource group, and that way you can then save that resource group and be able to select it next time. So to do the one for resource groups, I will look for the shell script again. Select it and then specify the command to run. So this time around we are starting up the HTTPD service. We are not specifying any directory, but this time instead of using specify instance tags, we will choose a resource group, and here is asking for the resource group name. So resource group is not here, so what you will do is you will go to resource group and tag editor. This is it, resource group and tag editor. Open that up, and from the resource group and tag editor page, create a resource group. And this time around we are creating a resource based on EC2 instance resource group. So I will locate EC2 instance here and then specify the tag. I'm choosing this tag again, and the name for that tag, I'm choosing this name. So if there are multiple tags and different values, same tag key and different value, you can create that here, and then specify a name for the resource group. I will call this resource group blog, and the description is optional, the tag is optional, and I create the resource group. You can preview the group resources. I didn't show you that, but this is from here you will notice the instance has been selected. So if you go to the instance again, you will notice the instance ID. So let's copy that instance ID from the resource group page and then go to the instance. You will notice it's the same ID. We want to be sure this instance is running, because the moment we stop it, it's most likely that the ASG have stopped that instance or terminated, but we are good, it's not yet terminated because of health checks. What we are going to do now is we go to the system, to this section. We expect to see the resource group here. What we are going to do is I will copy this command and refresh. This time I'll select the shell script again and paste my command. After that, I'll choose resource group. This time around we have the blog resource group, and then we have our command also specified to start the instance. We don't need to output anything to the bucket, and we run command. So we are running the command now. We've run it based on resource group, and we've tried based on tag specification. After doing that, I refresh. The command has been successfully executed, and we can view the output if any, and if none, we'll leave that. And let's refresh our page again to see if everything is working fine. So here is the website again. It's fine, it's working. And then I think this is everything so far you need to know about how the system manager's run command really works. In subsequent video, I will be discussing a deployment workflow and the requirement for using the system manager's run command. Actually, I'm used to calling it SSM document because of the fact that I used to create SSM document that I execute. I don't necessarily run some of the script here, the run command script here. I create a custom script specifically for my purpose, and then I deploy it here as well, and then I execute that script which handles my deployment for me. So in subsequent video we'll be looking at how I go through that, how I create those documents, and in the next video we'll try as much as possible to look at some requirements for using SSM documents or System Manager's run command, and my workflow for deploying based on the Systems Manager run command. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.